how type 2 diabetes affects your organs. I recently did a video about how type 2 diabetes is an overflow phenomenon and how we're being told that it's supposed to be chronic and progressive, and we're just going to have to learn to live with that. But that's if we only look at type 2 diabetes as a disease of overflowing blood glucose levels. That is a symptom of the disease process. Type 2 diabetes is too much glucose in the body. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, in the previous video, I showed you the sugar bowl analogy. I will do it really quickly to show you, and then I'm going to show you how it affects our organs of our body. So this is our empty sugar bowl. Now we start out life like this. We don't have any sugar, but over time we start to fill the sugar bowl, and that can overflow over many decades. So what happens again is with refined sugars and carbohydrates, we go ahead and fill up the sugar bowl. Guess what happens when we overfill it? It starts to spill over into the bloodstream. That's when we start getting diagnoses of type 2 diabetes. Now let's pretend that these two are all of our cells in our body. Now over decades we fill all of our cells here, right? So we fill, and then we have nowhere to go, right? It just keeps spilling over. All right, so now all of our cells are filled with sugar. Where does it go next? It goes to our tissues in our organ. Once we've overfilled all of our cells in our body and there's nowhere else to go, it starts getting deposited in every other area of the body, the brain, the heart, behind the eyes, in the kidneys. Let me show you what that looks like. So now these are our organs of our body. We got the brain, the heart, the kidneys, the stomach, the small and large intestine, the lungs, and the liver. That's what I had and was able to get. So now we start filling those. You fill those, right? You start to fill all of this up. All these tissues and organs start to get filled up, right? Now the problem is that they get packed in there and all that sugar sits there and rots over decades. And so guess what? You start rotting in your brain, your heart, your kidneys, and this is what it looks like. So you rot here in your brain and you get dementia. You rot in your heart, you get heart disease. When you rot in your kidneys, you get kidney disease and potentially on dialysis. In your liver, you end up with cirrhosis and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease or liver disease. And this list goes on, right? You fill that up, and this is just showing you what this pepper is that it's rotting there. So our modern treatment doesn't actually take the glucose out of the bloodstream and then remove it out of the body.